So last night, Leo Varadkar did a video encouraging non-nationals to vote in Irish local elections. For me, it's disgraceful, it's disgusting. Why? Because national democracy demands a demos, a people, those with the shared history, culture, language, the bare minimum self-understanding. This is Ireland, we are Irish people. We decide our own laws, our own futures, our own budgets, whatever. From Hugh O'Neill to Red Hugh O'Donnell, to the men and women of 1916, it was all about the ability of Irish people alone to make our own laws, decide our own destiny. And I believe it's absolutely disgusting that non-nationals, even those that get a wet week in the country, can vote and decide who will have power in local elections. One good thing that is brought up is to emphasise to people the importance of being registered for elections, be it local, general or European, presidential. The problem I have with non-nationals voting in Irish elections, like I wouldn't dream of going on a holiday to Greece for a month and then demanding a right to tell them how to live their life or how to rule their country. I believe it's an absolute cheek. Secondly, the reason they're doing it is because they're probably aware with the impact of immigration on public services and security and housing, that they're aware that Irish natives aren't very happy. It's like a voter replacement system for them, where they're bringing in people, they're making them dependent on welfare, and these politicians are then dependent on non-nationals for voters. It's a double bind. And the ones who are losers are us, because we're the ones who go out to work, pay our taxes, and have our laws decided by someone else. Now, this brings us back to the EU. If we are willing that non-Irish nationals can make our laws and impose them upon us, as they do already in the EU system, because we're only 1% of the EU population, that big states like Germany and France can make our laws, impose them upon us, and there's nothing we can do. That's a consequence of a political union called the EU. And in this idea of Leo Varadkar, that non-nationals, irrespective of nationality, irrespective of visa status, that means anybody can come in here illegally, they're ordinarily resident for a while, they have a right to vote in local elections. And that is just not on. Reminds me, do you think the men and women of 1916 died to get rid of foreign rule, that the foreigners could just come in here and make our laws? Of course not. It reminds me that the sacrifice that these people made kind of resonates in the speech of Lincoln at Gettysburg, when he talked about those who sacrificed themselves for liberty and for the freedom of their country, that they didn't die in vain. And he says, they died that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. And that, as Irish patriots, Irish nationalists, that is what we want, that Irish people alone have the ability to make our own laws, decide our own future, and our laws are made in Ireland for the benefit of Irish people. We are not some economic hostel for the world. This is our home, this is our homeland, and we want it to preserve it, to make it a better place for ourselves, our children, our grandchildren, and all future generations of Irish people. So my name is Hermann Kelly. I'm president of the Irish Freedom Party. Go to migrants.